All right, I'm trying to see how many people we can get to come into the morning show. Good morning, everybody. All right, come on in, come on in, come on in. Come on in. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Come on in. All right, we got a few people that are currently coming in. Thank you, thank you. Happy Monday, everybody. Happy Monday. All right. I want to do this. All right, Jones. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We got a guy in from Australia. Austria. B1. All right, let me fix my camera, guys. Hold on. All right, so we got a few people in this morning. That is good. That's good. That's good. Everybody got that good Monday energy, and we're grateful for that. You already know Monday set the tone for the week. So I'm so happy to be partnering with Dr. Boyce Watkins, the Black Business School, and Fly Nubian Queen, because I've been wanting to do a morning show for a while. At first I was like, I want to do an evening show, but I'm so happy to be a part of the Fly Nubian Queen network. That's number one. All right. So as a few of you all come in here, I'm trying to see more and more of I'm reading the screen and stuff like that. So be patient with me today. All right. All right. We got folks from Charlotte. Thank you. That's a good thing. Okay. Good morning, Nora. All right, guys, I'm trying to add another destination on here. Sorry about that. I'm trying to add another destination to the site. All right, so this morning we got a few things we're going to talk about. The first thing is, before we go further, I want to make sure that we always start every morning with a prayer, a short prayer, gratitude and appreciation to God for waking us up this morning. So we're going to take a second. And we're just going to say first, God, we thank you for waking us up today. We thank you for allowing us to see another day. We just ask for your protection and your peace. We love you with all our hearts. We know that we can't get anywhere, do anything without you, your grace and your mercy. Amen. All right. All right, so a lot of things been going on, especially what's been going on in LA recently. We got the fires that's been happening, but before we even go into the fires, there's quite a few things I want to discuss. I'm trying to figure out where I am currently located, because I'm currently on the Fly Nubian Queen network, but there's also Fly Nubian Money network as well. So I'm not exactly sure if Fly Nubian Money is also able to see the live. But I want to show you all some things. Of course, we got some cultural events that we have updated as well that I want to show you all. I'm still looking for I see a Black Business School, flynubianqueen.com. All right, okay, so I'm gonna move on. I'm not gonna worry about where I'm located exactly because I don't see it. I'm currently on Fly Nubian Queen. So here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna move on with all the things. All right. So I'm not sure if you saw last week. We want to start. I'm not sure if you all saw last week, but last week, Rickey Smiley, you know, the comedian, he's been in the game for a very long time. Rickey Smiley, he had a really interesting, heartfelt interview with a sister about discovering that he was the father of 5-year-old twins. Now, here's what I find to be interesting and fascinating. it's the discovery for me. It's like, I discovered that I am the father. Was you having sex with this woman? That's number one. This is not the discovery of the year. Oh man, those my kids. You've been having a good time, So yes, these your kids. But of course, Rickey Smiley, being an upstanding guy, he says, "Look, those are my children." And I want to show you this clip really quickly because he said, "These are my children. Not only that, I love them. I've been in their lives." He gave the story. He panned it out, and I'm gonna play it right here. I'm not you don't have to take my word for it, okay? That's number one. So here's what Rickey Smiley said as he was talking about this. Hold on, I got to share with you all. You guys let me know if you can hear as well, because that's what's important. That you not just see, but you also hear. All right. That's the mother respond, but this is the story.
Just found out.
Ready for this? Been knowing them their whole life. They've been coming over to Grayson birthday parties and play dates, playing on the swing set, all of that stuff. Phone calls when they were sick. What should I do? Should I give them this?
You did not feel any sort of connection. You did not see anything that's like, dang, that reminds me of me, or that reminds me of my son or my daughter.
Yeah, I just thought, since I was, older, that I had no idea, because I haven't had no kids since Malik.
Yeah.
When I tell you that's the first time I saw the son again, 4, almost 5. And on their 5th birthday, I went into their house as their father. Hey everybody, thank y'all for checking out my interview. Thank y'all for the kind and positive comments.
All right, so you heard the part of the story where Rickey Smiley basically says, he discovered that he's the father, and he is, he know the girls. He grew up with the girls because the woman that he has the children with is, his first. She is a mother to one of his children, so they're very familiar. This isn't some random person. So, but I wanted to also show you the man who believed that he was first the children's father. His response is different from Rickey Smiley. So let me show you this right here. I have to share my screen. Hold on.
Watching that video is so disgusting. It's wicked. And it triggered me, man. Like, I'll never get over that situation. For 5 years, man, they knew. For 5 years. The mama in on it. The grandma in on it. And the real victims are those twin girls and her oldest daughter. And he been calling her his daughter too, man. It's so crazy, man, but they don't understand. Man, that situation on me, man. It destroyed me. It destroyed everything I had going on. Mentally, I was shot. And when I found out about them having their going on, that's when she started trying to pull the girls from me and trying to manipulate everybody and saying, oh, Nehemiah don't take care of his kids and all that shit like that. Her and the mama just trying to keep covering it up. Nehemiah, you the dad, you the dad, you the dad. Them your girls, come take care of your girls. Having her dust that home girls, harassing me, and got her, even her brother just passed away, they died. And before he died, he was mad at me. He was mad at me thinking I was some hate. And that whole time, bro, I'm like, so I'm trying to be there, I'm trying to fight for my kids, and she just pulling it back. And it just denying access and the manipulation, invite my other kids to hang out with the girls, all that. Man, that shit was so, man, why? That situation killed me, and I know it other people out here too.
Okay. So, okay, here's the thing. You saw it with your own eyes. The man is saying this situation killed me. He said that this situation really, really, it hurt me. And I think sometimes as women, we forget that we have a moral responsibility and obligation to be honest in the beginning. It doesn't take 5 to 10 years to, to be honest. It doesn't take 5 years for you to discover that, oh, this may not be his kids. You know what's going on. And let me just say that as women, we have to be responsible, and mothers too, because he said that even her mother was in on it. He like, them your kids, and she know that she wasn't. And this is what bothers me, because sometimes you have got to let the mother is the culprit. Sometimes the mother, people go to their mother as a confidant. People go to their mother for guidance. People go to their mother for wisdom. If your mama is a dummy, you're not going to get a lot of wisdom. So that's the thing that you have to come to realize too, is that sometimes going to mama is not going to help you. I'm sorry, unfortunately. And then, he said that the sister girls, and I'm always talking to women about women issues because I am a woman. I navigate the world as a woman. It ain't no identity. I'm a woman, okay? So therefore, I've experienced aunties and cousins and mothers, all of it. Sisters, sororities, shout out to Delta Sigma Theta, you know what I'm saying? Founders Day is today, January 13th. Thinking about sisterhood in that aspect. But my point is, we are all molding. Some of you all have had relationships with men that have been broken by so many women. It's just like, oh my God, what happened to you? You know it for a fact. And what happened to him was the last one lied and said that he was the father. Now you got a hard time to even get him to father. I'm not trying to make excuses for men or take away their responsibility, because it's just as much as their responsibility to know and find out as it is for them to, to just decide that they're not. It is a responsibility. We have equal responsibilities for the well-being of children. All that to say, now Rickey Smiley has been taking the road on, I just found out I got these kids. You was sleeping with this man's woman behind this man's back. Now, you know how all these relationships are these days. Some people together, some people not. Some people kicking it, some people not. It's just the way of the world, not that it's good. But the point that I'm trying to make is, for a fact that it was very much a possibility for you to be these children's father. This is not a discovery, Christopher Columbus. This was here, So, and it's like, the guy, and it gets really tricky, I believe. And the reason I say it gets tricky and a little bit unfair, let me tell you why. I believe it gets tricky and unfair to the man who thought he was the children, because everyone else was in awareness but him. Everyone else was in awareness of the possibility but him. But see, if the woman knew that her and Rickey Smiley was never going to be a thing, and she liked this guy and they wanted to have something, there was a possibility that she's like, no, I want something with him. I'm going to say that he's the father. I hope he's the father. We know some women, y'all be hoping and praying when when you had them kids, like, man, I hope this John's kids, because hey, I don't have a clue. I hope this Mike's kids. But we can do better than that. You can know exactly who your children's father is. We do not have to be in discovery. We can know. Also, too, being honest. We ain't got to manipulate people. This is what harms healthy households. We can't have healthy, strong, households if we sitting around lying all the time. Stop lying. It's not necessary. It's not necessary. Look at all of this. 5 years old. Now they're like, oh, it's not. You've been Uncle Ricky for the last 5 years. You ain't confused the shit out of the girls. Now they gotta call you daddy. Now they daddy. Like, come on now. Give the kids an opportunity to walk around and with esteem, knowing who their father is, knowing, you know, who to call daddy. Confuse the shit out of 5-year-olds. That's crazy to me. I'm not trying to get started, but I'm getting there, okay? All right, we're not gonna stay on Rickey Smiley too long. I think Rickey Smiley, you know, his persona is funny. His persona is the kind of attitude that it's like, you know, he's just one of those guys that, you know, you don't look at Rickey Smiley and think that he has a slew of enemies. You know, you're like, oh, okay, he's a nice, funny comedian, you know, loves the Lord. You see how the Christians, they love the Lord. They love the Lord and love putting their penis in folks that got other, you know, women, you know, that don't belong to you, but you love the Lord. It's always that. I'm deeply offended by bullshit Christians. Do better. You can do better. You can hold yourself more accountable, okay? But you know, I'm not gonna go there with you all because I know how sensitive you get about that. What's happening in LA? I mean, what happened in LA it's a catastrophe. I've heard all types of conspiracy theories, okay, about Los Angeles. They say, oh, you know, it was, you know, a person who set the fires. They set the fires in LA. You know, it was a person who set the fires. Then I heard through some other channel I was watching, the conspiracy was, well, they have to burn down all the evidence that's happening in LA because LA, you know, has so much child trafficking and Hollywood is so evil and it has to come down. I am outdone with the theories of Los Angeles, okay? But here's what I like to do. I like to take a little bit of both. I believe this. If something is a lie, it can also be the truth. Things can be as equal as truth as it is a lie. So I don't like to just exclude an idea or a thought because it feels far-fetched or it's something that I don't believe in. But I do know that as a person who is a homeowner, it's devastating to the idea of waking up one day and having to have all of your things be gone, all of your things, you know, be burned to the ground. I remember one time I lived in LA in the year of 2019, right before COVID hit. I lived in LA. I worked in LA. And I feel like LA was a very hard place to just navigate in general. So all of those who do live in LA, who have a great bearings in LA, kudos to you, because I do find it to be a very hard and challenging place to navigate professionally, especially if you're a young Black person. To me, that's just my idea. The second thing I'm going to say is there's been a lot of blame. They're blaming the mayor, the governor, all these folks. And I personally don't know if these people could be, you know, could they stop a fire so massive? Like, what could they have stopped a fire so massive? You know, so I don't think so. But here's something that I recently saw, and this is just goes back to the greed of America. I have to share this story with you. It talks about what's happening in Los Angeles with the landlords. People are price gouging at this point. They are being completely inconsiderate to the people of Los Angeles during a time of crisis. They don't even care about that. They're just like, you know what? Hey, if the rent is $20,000, let's make it $23,000. What? All right, listen to this. Well, you don't have to listen, but I'm going to read this story to you really quickly. All right, let me see if I got you guys. trying to share it with you all. All right. So landlords ripping off LA fire victims, says Selling Sunset Star. All right. So here's what's happening, because LA have legal rent, restrictions where some cities don't. Places like Atlanta, Georgia, they don't have those laws that protect renters from gouging. That's hard. So a place like LA does. When you have a place like Skid Row, you will want to ensure that there is some protection with the people in their living arrangements. So this article reads, landlords have been illegally raising prices due to Los Angeles wildfires. The LA property mogul, who owns the luxury real estate brokerage at the center of the Netflix reality show, he said that he had clients been asked for thousands over the original asking price to rent a home. Now, what I find interesting is, because I read this earlier, is that he says, my client offered $20,000 a month, and he offered to pay 6 months up front, and the landlord said, I want $23,000. Can we talk about greed in this country? Can we just discuss greed at the bare minimum? You have a person that is giving you $120,000 up front, and you still are unsatisfied. This is America. This is what America does to people. There is no way a person says, you know what? Yeah, $20,000 a month. Obviously, $20,000 a month is the number that you came up with. You decided that $20,000 a month was a number that you could live with. The fact that you decide, no, it needs to be $23,000 during a crisis, that's crazy. Not to mention that most people probably need more than 6 months to determine where to go next, where to build next. They're starting over. Where's the compassion? Where's the consideration? Where's the human decency? Oh shit, I'm sorry. I'm talking about America. That's the problem. I'm asking for human decency in a country like America, in a place like Los Angeles. Okay. See, the conspiracy theory is they don't give a damn. They burned it down to the ground to hide evidence of the sick behavior that they've all been accustomed to for years. But I don't know. But when I hear a landlord wanting to go up $3,000 to get an additional $18,000, and you're getting $120,000 already, you just out of it. You're out of your mind. Greed. Come on now. Y'all know what the Bible says about greed. All right. You tuned into FlyNubianQueen.com. All right. FlyNubianQueen.com. I'm Madam Prezident with a Z. All right. And I'm so glad that you all are joining me this morning. I'm going to be doing this daily, Monday through Friday. I have decided that I am going to do a daily morning talk show where we're talking about real news, bold truth, and 100% politically incorrect. If you come on here looking for the same ideas that you see on The View, looking for the same ideology that you see on Real Talk, then you're in the wrong place. Because one thing about me, I'm going to keep it 100% politically incorrect. Also, y'all know I'm going to talk about white supremacy, and can't nobody do that on CNN. Okay? They can't do that. So I'm here to do all the things. I'm here to give a place, a voice to people that have been silenced. All right. So I am here to make my mark, to be a part of something. And we are going to do this. So I want you to make sure that you are subscribing. Subscribe to the Madam Prezident YouTube channel. Subscribe to Fly Nubian Queen YouTube channel. Make sure that you are also Do me one favor. Bring out your phones if you can. I want you to stay connected. Text the word Queens to 87948. All right. Text the word Queens to 87948. This is how we're going to stay connected all the time. Okay. We're going to stay connected. This is our year of connection. This is the year of innovation. It's 2025. Everything that you thought that you couldn't do, you need to ball it up and put it in the garbage. You have to do everything that you have come to do on this side of the world. You don't have to do it all this year, but you got to get started. That's for sure. So we cannot play those games of I got 10 more years. Can I tell you that when I first left college, it was over 10 years ago, but I moved to Atlanta. And I look up, and it's like literally 2025. I've been here 10 years. I can't, and when I think about it, I think about the different ideas that I had when I was 26 years old, when I was 28 years old. The ideas, the dream that I had, it's all changed. You know, it all fits different. The effort that I put into my dreams, the effort that I put into trying, you know, all of these things, time stops for no man. And I'll get into a story where God, you know, has allowed time to stop one day, but not today. I'm not prepared for it. But all that to say that this is why I want to do this every Monday through Friday. I want to do it the same way Oprah Winfrey did it. I want to do it like she did it with ABC, because I feel like this is the year to bank on yourself. This is the year to act like that you are important, to act like that you are somebody, to act like that you matter to yourself. Going around asking people to give you chances, it can only work for so long. In fact, if you are an athlete and you've been trying to get into the league for 15 years, baby, it's time for you to become a coach. I know what they keep telling you, oh, it's going to happen for you. It's not happening. You need to pivot the dream, okay? But anyways, I want to move on to this particular story that I saw online. This was a really good story. Don't forget to text the word Queens to 87948, 87948. And if you read the context of this on YouTube of the show, you can find ways to support Madam President, whether it be on Instagram. You should follow Madam President. That is literally where I do a lot of content, where I have a lot of conversations, a lot of stories, is on Instagram as well. And as we continue to do this, I want to let you know that we're going to get better. I'm going to get better at navigating all of this stuff, at making sure things are on the screen. I'm going to get better, okay? All right, so this is going to be my final story for the morning, which is a debatable story. You know, we have to get you all thinking this morning, which is there was a story that went viral, and I'm going to put it up. I just have to find where it is. All right, don't forget to text the word Queens to 87948. All right. And I'm currently about to put this on the screen, but I have to find it. I'm sorry, guys. All right. This is a really good, and I love this because this is a powerful, this is a mother. She's talking about, you know, what she wants, her and her husband wants for her sons. And, you know, people are just giving her, it's grief. You know how the internet is. People are 50-50. It's like, you don't need to, you know, but no, it makes sense. Let me show you. I'm about to pull it up. All right, I'm about to pull it up right now. Give me 2 seconds. Also, too, if you are watching and you have an interest in producing, let me know. I would love to connect and I'm going to put an email in the comment section so that you all can reach out. And if you know anyone that is a producer or have time that they want to help produce a morning show, I want assistance in that area, okay? Good. All right, so this right here is where we're going to go. I'm going to show you this meme and read it to you all. Stand by. All right, so it says, let me know, I can see this in the chat. Let me know you can see this. Say seen or something like that. Got it. All right, so this woman says, our sons are aware that if they have babies out of wedlock, they'll lose their inheritance for them and will have to start from scratch. We were clear about this prior to having children. Most boys comfortable with doing this is because they have zero standards, expectations, and inheritance. You have to incentivize good behavior / decisions. Let's give it up for this mama right here. What are your thoughts? I mean, we got to give it up for her. She's really trying really hard to teach her children. So let's give her. All right. So my question to you is this good, sound advice? Like, having this as a standard for your sons, is this the best? Is this sound advice? Is this the way to parenting? Does this stop premature pregnancy? Does this stop your son from going around, deciding that every person that he likes, he's supposed to make a child with? Does this really change the trajectory of a teenager? Like, I really am interested in you all's thoughts on this, because this is just my opinion right here. The reality is this: we have got to give our children standards. We do not allow our children to have standards of the world. The world does not have the same standards as God. That's just number one. So why would I want my son to go around doing what everyone else is doing, and as if like God doesn't have his own set of standards? That's just number one. Number two, but does it work? Come on now. When I was younger, my mama used to whoop my ass because I didn't want to eat peas. I still don't eat peas. To this day, I do not like peas. So a part of me is wondering, like, is the behavior, or is it really, every time our parents enforce something on us, does that mean that we are going to do it? No, absolutely not. I could really see a 24-year-old like, I don't give a damn about my mama and daddy inheritance. I don't want that damn house, no way. Not really. But if we treat them, train them up, and let them understand that what we have accumulated in this world is valuable, if we give them the standards, the reason that some parents are allowing too many other people and things raise their children. You have to raise your children. And it is hard. It is not easy, but no one else can do it. So one thing that I believe most parents have to struggle with is outside influence. People work really hard to keep their children in a good place. Then all of a sudden, I gotta send my baby out into this ghetto ass world. He and she comes back picking up all types of stuff. And it's like, where you get that from? We don't even talk like that. We don't like that. None of it, right? And all of a sudden, it's just like, you have to constantly cleanse. You have to constantly cleanse what they go out in the world and do. And then you have to work hard. You have to work hard trying to ensure that you are keeping the good stuff on the inside of your child. The good stuff has to stay. It's so many young people that I have seen with my own eyes that don't even have energy about life. How you 23 and don't have energy about life? The world is yours. You can do it. When I be like, oh, you can do anything. When I was 24, 25, I'm headed to China. If you don't have children, what else is stopping you? You're unmarried. How could the children not have energy about life? But the reality is, it's because you, mamas and daddies and cousins and aunts and uncles, your energy is low. Your energy is off. we have created the world that we live in. This world didn't happen by chance. And everybody, I think it was Octavia Butler that said, the world requires thousands and thousands and years of change. And so often we're looking outside of ourselves for the change. But the reality is, it could be you. You are the change. You're 50 years old, talking about if Jay-Z come and help and build a what? All of that has to stop. 2025, in the words of my grandfather, you got to stop. You have to stop, all right? You just got to stop. It's not going to work like that. So we want the children, we want all the young people to have high energy about life. And the way that they have high energy about life is through how we move about life. So she's telling her sons, you all will not be able to go and make babies all over and then think that you finna come and get what me and your father has built. I don't know, but this is the kind of mother that needs to be in a lot of people's households, okay? Because too many people are letting young people make decisions. They do not have the intelligence to make life decisions, and you're giving them bad habits already in life. They ain't even 20 yet, and you've given them poor habits. So we can do better. I'm with this mother. I would reach out to her and ask her to be a part of this week's show. We are coming to an end, ladies and gentlemen. This show was supposed to be 25 minutes. It is currently 36 minutes long. And I just would like to say that I will be here tomorrow at 9 a.m. We just getting started, baby. Please trust and believe. If you see some good stories, DM them to me over at Instagram. I am Madam President with a Z. I am 100% politically incorrect. Please do not forget to text the word Queens to 87946. Also, I would like for you all to remember and keep in mind that the Black Business School. If you are trying to educate yourself, take the time, go to the Black Business School and see what it has to offer. Most of you all are hung up on, traditional education, but you don't live a traditional life. You need, knock it off. Go and do something that you can do. And don't forget, 2025, it is not about it being our year. It is our century. I'm Madam President with a Z. You all have a good day. See you tomorrow.